Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to another F1 Fantasy Weekly, your place to get all the kind of fantasy roundup from the last week's race. And obviously on triple headers it's been review preview time. But now
it's just the review.
We get a break.
How badly did we do?
How badly did... Well, I did
some
well.
Cases.
I did well. The back end. Ooh, boy.
Haven't heard the last. Haven't stopped hearing about it.
Nope. Certainly been rubbing that one in. But yes, here at F1 Fantasy Weekly for a review, what we're going to do is we're going to take you through the top 5 point scorers in the team. Then obviously we will give you the list of who are the other scorers within the team as well. Our top 5, not our top 5, but the top 5 scoring constructors from the weekend's race as well. And then obviously as it's a review, we will just do the top 5 in the league with rounding off with a Kimi Moment of the week, and we'll take over the rate your teams into next week's preview of Spa.
Oh yeah, looking forward to Spa. But we're all about the Spanish Grand Prix. It's such a great Grand Prix that I'm really looking forward to doing our 3rd review of it.
It's incredible. We get to talk about Spain so much. The best race ever. God.
Shall I get us started?
Okay.
Bam.
If you must.
Into the point scorers.
Bam.
My Excel spreadsheet is just getting bigger and bigger. I'm having to zoom out more. I'm gonna have to end the season with glasses on to just read the names.
And Kimi Räikkönen scored.
Okay, number 1, Supermax Max Verstappen with his 10-point streak, 47 points in total.
Bam, 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 bam. Who brought him in? Max Verstappen.
Yeah. So,
didn't even back your boy.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Number 2, Lewis Hamilton with 44 points. His favourite thing. He's got 44 3 times this season, and he bangs it on his car. Number 3, the best turbo pick of the weekend, Lance Stroll.
Bam! Lance Stroll, bam, in the bag. Making sure you cash in on that. And wait, what was that? Turbo Lance. Bam! Lance Stroll. What a pick.
Number 4 is Valtteri Bottas with 31 points. And rounding up the top 5, it's Carlos Sainz with 23 points.
Who is definitely don't pick him.
He's still very expensive for 23 points.
Exactly.
When you see there's 5 million difference between him and Lance. Yeah.
It just ain't worth it.
So that's the top 5. Obviously, you nailed 2 of them.
Yeah. In terms of that, I took out Lewis. I brought in Max because I get the race streak. And this is the difference where you can make up big points. Making sure that you are being aware of those quali streaks and those race streaks. Bearing in mind, Lance Stroll will be on a quali streak for Spa as well. So an interesting one, maybe probably to turbo again. Certainly on that front. But that'll be for next week's preview. But yes, it was certainly one to
top 5, yeah, Max, for the first time this season, Max Verstappen tops the point scorers.
Impressive. Helped out by the streaks. But, you know, still 37 to 44 is still pretty close, you know, on that front for Max. And he was always realistically going to be a good one to kind of cash in on this weekend.
Yeah. So I shall round up the rest. The pack, the squabble. Fine for the rest of the points. We have Sergio Perez makes his return to the point scoring with 21 points.
Strong effort.
Sebastian Vettel comes in with 20 points.
Not bad, Seb.
Albon 19 points. Pierre Gasly 14 points. Daniel Ricciardo 12 points. See, I'm already struggling here. Antonio Giovinazzi 10 points. George Russell 9 points. Kevin Magnussen 9 points. It's quite big. It was quite a quick drop off this week. Kimi Raikkonen 8 points. Esteban Ocon 7 points. Lando Norris 4 points. Nicholas Latifi 4 points. Daniel Kvyat 3 points. Roman Grosjean 0 points. And Charles Leclerc minus 8 points.
Oh, Charles. Hey, that's not fair.
Bam. That's
not
everyone
fair
else.
at all. But there is everyone else. And I suppose for me, Daniel Ricciardo was unfortunately a disappointment, but didn't do too badly.
12 points.
Actually, the 2 races I brought Daniel Ricciardo in have been a bit of a curse.
You cursed him.
Yeah, obviously 70th anniversary, and this race hasn't been great. I was like, after one good race in the British Grand Prix, finally going to cash in, but Pierre Gasly looks a pretty solid bet.
Looking good for Pierre. So, those are the drivers. On to the constructors. Mercedes. Phew, they've really saved us. 70 points at the top. We always say it.
Thank you, Mercedes, for doing it for us. The last 2 weeks you've embarrassed us.
Didn't we tell someone to get Racing Point in? Craig Taggart? Wasn't he getting it?
Racing Point over Renault.
Yeah. Bam. They came in at number 2 with 43 points.
See, that's decent compared to Renault.
Red Bull 41 points, McLaren 32 points, McLaren 22 points, and Ferrari copying McLaren 22 points. McLaren have lodged a protest. We'll see how that goes in the coming weeks.
It's reverse Spygate. Switch. Yeah, because it was McLaren who stole the Ferrari.
Who was copying Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
There you go. Never saw that one come in. That's a new story. Just bam at you.
At your face. Yes. Bam. Well, there we go. Any surprises?
No.
Not really.
No. Right, Racing Point, no, because Alex Albon doesn't get close to Max, so no.
I guess Valtteri Bottas 31 points would be mocking him all the previous, but 31 points still ain't bad, but still, you probably should be going for Max if you have Valtteri at this point.
Yeah. Definitely. Max seems a better return because he always is going to qualify below and get an overtake point and, probably get those second place points at least in the race.
Exactly. Bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
That's about it. That's the roundups. On to the league.
On to the league, definitely.
On to the league.
On to the league, the top 5 league. I mean, this review's, you can tell, obviously, having spoken about the Spanish Grand Prix, we just can't get enough of speaking about it and just like, come on, man, hurry up, come on, we need to get through this, come on.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much else to say on the point scoring, so we're just going to jump into the league.
Predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Number 1, keeping his top spot, I believe, is H.AKKE. It was Scuderia Donico. He brought Max, Norris, Perez, Stroll, Ricciardo, Mercedes. Is that your team? No, it's not, because you have Roman Grosjean.
I had Magnussen over Perez.
Magnussen, I'd really agree.
But now that is my team.
That is your team.
Now, so that's where you've got confused.
That's not my team. My team's now similar.
That's not my team.
We'll come on to that next week.
That's not my team.
Number 2. I believe he was number 2 as well. It's a fight at the top here. I can't see the totals on my screen at the moment, but I'm sure it's pretty close. Spinotto by D.SIRARD. Same team. Other than George Russell instead of Daniel Ricciardo. So Max, Norris, Perez, Stroll, Georgie, and Mercedes. Or George, not Georgie. Come on now.
Exactly.
Get their names right, Stephen.
Get their names right, Stephen.
Bam! Number 3, Value Town by D.PHILLIPS. He had Lewis, Norris, Stroll, Perez, George, and Mercedes. Bam.
Strong effort. Strong effort.
Bam. I wonder how much money... Okay, anyway. Yes. On to team number 4. Kimi's Drink Squad by K.KOBE.
It's a strong effort.
Lewis, Ricardo, Stroll, Perez, Latifi, Mercedes. I just realised all these teams have turboed Stroll. Thanks a lot, Stroll. Cheers.
Go on, Lance.
On to number 5. Squeezing into the top 5 yet again. McLaren are sick by M.BOOTH. Had George Russell, Lando Norris, Stroll, Hamilton, Perez, Mercedes.
Did he turbo Stroll?
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah, turbo Stroll.
Well done, everyone. There's a strong British
representation.
Yes, in the top fantasy teams. I just realised Team 4 had Latifi. I think I said George. Or did I say Latifi?
Yeah, you said George, I think.
It was Latifi. I was so used to just seeing
That's
Russell.
a money maker right there, Latifi.
He's probably made a lot of money on that.
Latifi's jumped up to 6.7 million somehow.
Yeah, so total he's made $1 million. If you had him in at the start, probably get rid of him now.
Definitely jump ship on that one. Cash in on the Russell points.
Bam! So that's the top 5 now, don't get George. But that'll cover that in the preview.
Wow. That is it. That's your top 5. So we've blitzed it at you. So there really isn't really too much to talk about, I suppose, in F1 Fantasy this week. Watch the markets. If you haven't already, this is now probably the time looking at your wild cards, kind of bringing in for those teams.
Yeah, it's also a good money-making opportunity if you play the markets at the wild card.
Absolutely, in terms of cashing in, cashing out at the right times, gaining some extra budget, that is for sure. And, you know, with a week's break in between as well, it gives you a little bit more time to go on that.
Yeah.
But that is pretty much it for the F1 Fantasy review for this week. That is the kind of points we rapidly kind of got through.
Well, any real surprise? I guess Lance Stroll was a fantastic turbo performance.
Thank you.
Good
recommendation, guys. Bam, 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 bam. Get those streaks. Streak.
I was just checking if he was the best turbo of the season, and he was. He just pipped Lando Norris by a point. Lando's podium, not good enough to beat Stroll's.
Domination.
Won this week, yeah.
His podium. His race streak.
Yes.
Was definitely a help in bonus for there. But yeah, fantastic on that front. So the only way to round off an F1 Fantasy Weekly, of course, is with a Kimi Moment of the week. And to this one, we go back to a really positive performance. 2004, everyone remembers it. Michael Schumacher dominated the season. Ferrari dominated getting the constructors title. But one man who has come close to the title the season before challenged Michael Schumacher in the 2003 season. He had reliability issues that season. It never quite went. It summed up Kimi's entire McLaren career. Fast kind of cars, unreliable ones. Just his McLaren career. The rest of his career, he's got better reliability.
He's been pretty unlucky.
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess reliability and unlucky is not the same thing.
Exactly.
But it kind of is in F1.
Yeah. In kind of there forever. But anyway, Kimi Raikkonen, 2004, Spa, his best track. And it was a good one to use because obviously the next track we're going to be at is Spa. So looking ahead to the next weekend, he has won there 4 times.
4 times.
4 times for Kimi Raikkonen at Spa.
They call it the Kimi track.
Well, Michael Schumacher's won there more times.
They don't call it that.
No, they don't do that. But, you know, it was his only win of the season.
Oh, but what a win.
And stopped the entire dominance of Ferraris.
Stopped the Invincibles.
Exactly. A bit like Max did in the 70th anniversary GP. But yes, he had a fantastic race from there. Michael Schumacher was finished above. There was an incident at the start, I think, with a 4-car pile-up, which got Kimi Raikkonen at the back. After the safety car restart, Kimi caught Michael Schumacher napping, overtook him going up Eau Rouge.
Oh, not Eau Rouge.
Yeah.
No one overtakes on Eau Rouge.
Well, Kimi does on Michael Schumacher, the 6-time world champion of the time.
Oh,
He don't care.
Easy.
Kimi Räikkönen does what he wants. But it was a great example of the skill of Kimi Räikkönen. He held off both Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello for the remainder of the race. You know, making it, again, a thin, frustrating Michael Schumacher in this great spot. Obviously, 2000, Mika Häkkinen with a great kind of past the back marker overtake. We got you, Mika. But Kimi just went up, straight up the track. Brilliant there. But Kimi Moment of the Week, looking back at a fantastic time for now. I'll see if I can find a clip and leave it in the description down below for you guys. But that is it for another F1 Fantasy Weekly. Make sure you join us next week for the F1 Fantasy Weekly preview of Spa, where obviously we'll be kind of looking ahead with our teams, our recommendations for the race, and yeah, just a kind of general look forward to the weekend's action at one of those classic circuits, has to be said.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Certainly am. But guys, if you're new around here, haven't done so already, and you're wondering, what is that red button down there?
What can they do? They
Right.
can like, subscribe and ding that bell.
There you go, new fastest record. That is a world record for how quickly you can say that. Fumbled it on Monday in driver ratings. Tuesday, back to form. Wednesday, record breaker.
Bam.
There you go. And that deserves a subscribe button.
Can I go quicker?
I don't know, can you?
I don't know.
Oh, well,
I'm going to be training.
if you subscribe and tune in tomorrow for our driver rivalries. Oh yeah, it's
Ding
a good
ding.
one. And it is going to be Albon versus Stroll.
Uh-oh.
Look forward to that one. Who's better? But yes, guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. We look forward to kind of seeing you in our more videos through the week, and obviously for next week's F1 Fantasy Weekly preview as well. But for now, you F1 fans, keep racing.